let's cover Agatha All Along on the OP-1. So let's start, first of all, with drums. I think we're just going to use this first preset, peak. The main thing I hear in the drum track is like a... So let's start by programming that in. Here. Oops, forget. Okay, I think that's a good backbone to it. There is also like a fair amount of cymbals to it. So it's hard for me to hear exactly what the pattern is, but I think just there's a fair amount of cymbals. We'll add a fair amount of cymbals, and that'll be close. Okay, I think that's, close enough. I know the track's about a minute long, so I'm just going to record that sequencer pattern for a minute. Then if it's a little too long, we can cut the end off later. The other thing I hear on the drum track is that right on the start of the song, there's a big cymbal crash. So we can, at least put that in. There's some good crashy cymbals. Let's add that in just at the very beginning. Okay, sounds good. Let's move on to the bass. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think we need to tweak it a little bit. Maybe make it a little just more like a, bass guitar, less synthy. Okay, I think that's pretty decent. So got the big iconic bass line. And then we'll just kind of fill in with some other stuff, so it's not so sparse in the rest of the arrangement. So let's try to just lay that down. Put that on track 2. Okay, that's pretty good, but in addition to just like the regular bass part, the really iconic thing is like this honking bari sax. So I think we can try to lay another bass line over that with a slightly different instrument. So this is using, this big bottom, the FM synthesizer. So I kind of like that. It's still definitely a synth, but it's got a little that kind of honky bari sax sound. So let's lay that on top of the bass line we already recorded back on that second track. Okay, now let's add a little extra instrumentation to it. So there is, after the first couple times of that bass line, there's like a horn part that doubles part of it. So we could try to put in something for that. So playing around with this synthesizer, trying to get something kind of horn-like. Let's try that. The other kind of extra instrumentation there's a little like high-pitched an organ or synthesizer part, just doing some kind of short bursts. Try this guy. Okay, and finally, let's try to put the melody in over the top. So in the recording, obviously, there's a vocal part, but it's also doubled on electric guitar. So we can try just doing some kind of electric guitar sounding thing and try to put that in for the melody line. So I'm using this blues solo setting for the string synthesizer. Get a little distortion on it. A little thicker. Put that on the 4th track. Okay, so now I think there's really just one critical piece we're missing. So I think we need one little bit just straight from the original song. So let's sample that so we can add that in at the very end.
It's been Agatha all along, and I killed Sparky too.
Okay, now let's just find the right spot for the sample.
And I killed Sparky too.
Perfect. Now let's just put that in the very end.
And I killed Sparky too.
Okay, let's clean up the end of that bass part because that got a little bit off without the melody in there. So let's fix that up.
Sparky too.
Okay, now let's just trim some of that drums out at the end. We need those to cut off a little bit before the end of the song.
And I killed Sparky too.
Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's take a listen to it.
And I killed Sparky too.
Thanks for watching. Appreciate a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. And there'll be a separate version of just the song if you want to listen to that just by itself without the commentary. So check that out as well. Thanks, everybody.
And I killed Sparky too.